Sometimes little things are cliffhanging in your mind. They keep beating their drum for your attention, but you're not listening. You're confounded. Your attention span is dispersed across multiple domains. You cannot hear the kids crying across the street. In the street, the kids crying inside you. You gotta stay vigilant. Lots of things are happening right now, unfolding before our eyes. And we've got these cliffhangers that we're not paying attention to. It's not just random chaos, people. It's going somewhere. You know, when you were a kid and you were walking down the street and you saw some older teenager, maybe 18, 19, cutting lawns for the summer, that teenager had a plan. And every swath of mown grass got him closer to his goal, which was world domination. So if we can suppose that even that teenager, 18, 19 years old, was hell-bent on world domination, you ever think he gave up that aspiration? No. He just grew up to be a banker. And now he's got his tentacles all around the world, sucking people dry. You saw it. You saw that look in his eye. And you did nothing. Because you had more important things to attend to. The cliffhangers in your mind. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can change that. You can do little things that have big consequences. Little things. That butterfly effect across space and time, so that by the year 2030, we're not all living in communist domiciles. Every single thing we do on record through ubiquitous surveillance. You can change that now. You pay more attention for the look in the eye of the 18-year-old who's cutting grass. And why is he cutting grass in the middle of the winter and there's snow on the ground? It doesn't make sense. Have you computed that yet? The irregularities of perception in front of you. There are so many that is so obvious that it doesn't even exist. But the ones of which you are oblivious, pay attention. Get on board with the perception train. Choo-choo! What's happening right now? You're not paying attention. You didn't see that kid was aiming for the skies with his summer lawn mowing business. You didn't know that he wanted to subjugate entire nations with exorbitant interest rates, did you? No, you didn't. He was an economic hitman. Still is. Behind the scenes. Toppling countries. But you have too many children to attend to. Across the street, inside the street, and within yourself. You're not paying attention. I want to take you by the neck and throttle you. Like this. Get you to pay attention. Why aren't you paying attention? Well, I don't know. Wilbur, I don't even know why I'm not paying attention. But you must. Well, I think it'll all just be all right in the end. I don't need to do nothing. You must at least pray. Pray, 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 pray. Well, I guess I could send one up for the good Lord Almighty. Hello, Lord. I was thinking, because of this upstart, that I might say hello. How you doing up there in heaven? See, things, well, they got a little complicated here down on planet Earth. Lots of ne'er-do-wells with their nefarious activities, Lord Almighty, and I gotta say, people are falling apart at the seams. And it sure as hell seems like we need a little intervention from the good Lord Almighty. You think you could lend a hand, good Lord Almighty? Because it's absolute chaos down here. Well, that's better, thank you. I still want to throttle you by the neck. Do you think that's enough? Well, it's better than nothing. Because, you know, as they say, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Yeah, well, you know what, old man? I respect you and everything, and I just met you when I sold you some lemonade here on my stand. Well, yeah, I was wondering about that. Seems like you got a kind of funny operation here. By the looks of it, you're a grown man. You got a beard, and you're out here at your lemonade stand selling lemonade for 15 cents a cup. Now, pardon my curiosity, but are you going to be investing that in cryptocurrency? Because, Lord Almighty, that's the only way I could see you making a profit. 15 cents becomes 30 cents, becomes 45, becomes 60, and there you got yourself a profit. But maybe you're doing it for the conversation. Now, we're all in quarantine here, but I got out to walk my dog, and I saw your lemonade stand. Are you up to no good? Oh, man. Listen, buddy, bucko, I'm up to some serious good here. I'm doing whatever I can to inform the populace of the nefarious agenda. Well, there you go again. Getting all serious on me. I'm telling you, the good Lord's going to provide. Well, that may be the truth, old man, but the good Lord is going to provide for those who provide for themselves. And as much as I approve of you reaching out to the good Lord with a prayer or two, I would really like you to get some oomph in that step and do something. Help me. Put up a stand over here. Sell apple juice. Let's get everybody selling something outside for a nickel, a quarter, whatever it takes to get people here. Rope them in. Monopolize their attention and wake them up to the communist agenda coming our way in 10 years, 2030. Well, I was just out here walking my dog. It does look like you got quite a bit of room on your front yard. It's nice. Now, I saw some kid over here the other day cutting your lawn. Did you tell him what you're telling me? I sure as hell did. I told him mighty fine. I told him we got some trouble coming down the way, and you best be gearing up. Do what you can and spread the word. And did he listen? Well, as much as a little whippersnapper can listen, I suppose. See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's much help for people like me. That's why we pray. We pray because we want the good Lord to do the work for us. We're kind of petered out at the end of our life, you know. You got all that gusto inside you, and I respect that. setting up a lemonade stand, selling me a cup of lemonade for 15 cents because you're going to invest in cryptocurrency and, take care of yourself in the next 10 years before the world goes all to hell. Now, I can respect all that. I think there's some foresight and some strategic planning that you're doing. But for some folk like myself, I'm just out walking my dog. I got a few more years. You need to take responsibility. You can't be given that excuse. You've got grandchildren, don't you? Well, yeah. How many do you have? Oh, well, there's Lauren and Marcy, George, Tom, Fred, Stephen, Leslie, and Bonnie. How many does that make? I don't know. That was probably 7, maybe 8. Yeah, that's about right. I reckon there's 7 or 8 of them. And, well, listen. They can take care of themselves. They don't need me. I'm just an old man. I'm just, all I'm responsible for is my little dog, my pooch, and my woman. Now, she's back inside, and she's just rocking away on that chair and watching the boob tube. You don't want me disturbing her peace. She got a few years left. I don't want to tell her about this communist agenda. 2030. Come on. What are we gonna do? See, old man, and I do not mean to disrespect you here, but that is the excuse that everybody uses, Everybody's putting the responsibility on somebody else. Why do you think I bucked up with my entrepreneurial spirit, set up a lemonade stand, and just put myself out here? I look ridiculous. I get it. I'm a grown man and I'm selling lemonade. But that's precisely why you came over here, didn't you? You came over here to find out what's up with a grown man selling lemonade for 15 cents a cup. Like we did when we was kids. Well, yeah, that's about right. I came over here because you look silly. And I was like, well, I guess I gotta go find out what this silly guy's up to. 15 cents is, well, that was more than we charged. We charged 5 cents. So there's a little bit of inflation. That's right. See, you can see it right there. Currency is devalued over time because it's controlled by the globalist banking cartel. Yeah, I suppose you got a point. You know damn well I got a point, old man. I got a lot of points. It's time for us to wake up the populace. We can't hide behind these excuses no more. So what I'm going to say to you is you take your pooch on home, give him to your wife, and you make up a batch of apple juice or whatever feels right. Whatever you got there in the cupboard. Kool-Aid. No, probably not Kool-Aid, actually. Everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid. Let's figure out something. Part of this, old man. I'm sorry, what is your name, old man? Thomas. All right, Thomas. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Mark. Thomas. If you really want to get people's attention, you got to do something absurd. So I would say this. You got to go home and get yourself a big cooler, right? And if you got anybody at home, grandchildren or whatever, or children, who can help you bring it over here, but you're basically going to fill it up with some water. Just fill the whole damn thing up with water straight from the tap. And get yourself some cups. Or, go buy some cups. I don't care. And you're just going to sell water straight out of the cooler. And you're going to sell it for $0.25. And you're going to advertise it for $0.25. You're going to make yourself look mighty preposterous. Is that going to be okay with you? Well, I suppose I'm retired. And I had a little afternoon of TV planned. Thought I was going to sit down and enjoy me the Andy Griffith show. Yeah, I know. On syndication reruns, I get it. You can do that tomorrow. Well, I reckon I won't be doing that tomorrow. Oh, yeah? Yep. I think I've come around to your point of view. Why is that? You know, for a long time, I'm a lot older than you, and I have been watching, and I have seen the serious deterioration. Deterioration to make the eyes drop out your skull. You pick them up again, put them back in, and you can't stop seeing it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, son. It's crazy. There's this agenda, this ideology just creeping through. And it crawls right up through the ears and gets inside the brain and eats it. Just eats it. Munches away. And then, well, that person's pretty much brain dead. And then the little critter goes out the other ear and finds another host and eats his brain too. And first, you're thinking it's just kids. Kids being stupid, because that's what kids do. They're stupid. But now, stupidity's everywhere. And at first it was just a little bit of socialism here, a little bit of socialism there. And all of a sudden you got a socialist party with that Sanders guy. And all these people panhandling socialism. And it's just, where is it going to end? It's going to become communism. And then you're thinking to yourself, how did I grow up in this capitalist constitutional republic? And then, over the course of decades, these little stupid kids got the critter in the brains. Critter in the brains, just eating. And you know where all that shit comes out after the critter is eating the brains? It comes right out the mouth. That's why they talk shit, because it's critter shit. Because the critter's eating their brain with all this Marxist ideology. Oh shit, yeah. I seen it. So, now I reckon you and me gonna have ourselves a little market right here. That's what I'm saying, old man. You're starting to get it. Yeah, I just never did much about it because I thought everybody was kind of losing their minds collectively. And, well, old people like myself, no one listens. No one listens to people like me anymore. That's why we sit on our chairs and watch the TV and the Griffith Show. But people like you out here, taking a stand with a lemonade stand, making a difference, having conversations, well, I figure if you can rope an old fogey and fart like myself, then maybe I can rope some of them stupid kids, brain dead kids. Maybe I'll put a little something in my water too. That's right, little electrolytes. Get the brains thinking again, because I tell you what, it's mighty dead around here. Nobody doing no thinking whatsoever. I ain't seen thinking in a long time till I came up here. Looked at you. Saw that look in your eyes, like you got something going on behind the eyes. Something in your brain. Oh. Yeah, it's working. So, I reckon that my wife can take care of the house for today and maybe all day next week. And maybe all the way to 2030, because I gotta tell you something. Maybe I just won't fold my hand just yet. You give me hope, and I don't know why I care, but I do. I do care for these human beings. They're stupid motherfuckers. Forgive me for using that language, but it's true. I've been thinking it for a long time. Probably about, well, I reckon now it's been about 30, 40 years that I've been thinking these people done lost their minds. Now, you're probably too young to remember, but it happened sometime in the, well, late 60s. I gotta say, it's been late 60s, so it's about 60 years now. And I'm 85, so I remember. Now, back at that time, I wasn't thinking much about it. I was like, oh, Vietnam and free love and hippie shit like that. But now that you can watch it happen over 65 years, 60 years, something like that, you see it playing out over time, and this lemonade stand don't look so stupid to me now that you explain why you're out here. 15 cents a cup, because this is the way we do it. This is grassroots. See, them people, they're really crafty. What they do is they dangle that little bait. That's all it really is, bait. It's the bait of freedom. People go out, slave away, make all these machines, create all them services and goods, and then it gets appropriated. There's a structure in place, and that structure is going to be used down the line to subjugate them. That's what it is. You know, everybody in this great country of America doing all these things, and then it just gets co-opted by the power structure. So here you are, your name is Teddy. You're in Kansas, you're making these cameras, surveillance cameras, and then your name is Deborah over in Massachusetts, and then you making some kind of software program, right? And then Dick's down in Alabama, and he's making drones. Yep. And then over in Texas, you got Bonnie. Bonnie, she's making these robots. Yeah. But none of these four people, whose names I can't recall now, know of each other. But all their goods and services are going up the pyramid, up the chain of command. And then everything that they were working on separately gets commingled. And it's powerful. You got drones and software, artificial intelligence, robotics, surveillance, all these things creating prosperity for decades. And now they come together. That's right, people at the top use them against the people at the bottom. It's a war on the people. And I've been seeing it. And I gotta applaud you, young man. You got some guts. I say that again, you got some guts to be out here selling lemonade. Not a lot of people would even have the courage, confidence to look like a fool. When you done look like a fool, I can see that you're a fool, but you're the right kind of fool. You're the kind of fool to change the minds of the people who are asleep. So I gotta say, good on you. Good on you, son. Well, thank you for that, old man. I appreciate that. That's really something, you know, and I think you really do have a lucid assessment of how all these goods and services come from all different parts of the country and of the world ultimately, but we're talking about the USA here, and then they get appropriated and put into higher synergistic arrangements for the technocratic domination of the populace. That's right. That is right. The technocracy, not politicians. The politicians ain't nothing, they're puppets. But you got them technocrats that rule the technology, because it's about big tech, big media, all that. That's right. Control the mind, you control the body. And then you get all these fancy technological innovations out there. It's a done deal for the human race. So how many people do you think we were able to lasso here in this neighborhood? A few more? I mean, I think I got a nice little spiel, and I know you do, Mark. You got something there, something special. You resisted a tyranny, and, well, you put a little spark up my butt. I gotta tell you, I wasn't giving a shit earlier, because I thought we were all going downhill and going down into that abyss. Yeah, I've been seeing it for decades now. Lemons to the sea. Lemons to the sea. Well, you know, oh man, I gotta tell you something. You can't look at it sequentially. You gotta look at it exponentially. Because the lies that are being sold to us, the propaganda and the misinformation, the disinformation, is so false. And it takes a lot of effort to maintain systemic deception. Oh, now that's the right thing to say. I agree with you 100%. But I'll tell you something, old man. When people start to get that energy of awakening, it happens extremely fast, like lightning, because that energy is free. Now, from the deception. See, that's what the awakening is. It's when this energy wakes up to the deception that's pushing down on it. Oh, yeah. Now, all I gotta say, that is exactly what happens. That's right. That's precisely what happens. Yeah. And so, then that spreads exponentially like wildfire. So that's why I gotta tell you, old man, I want you to do the hop, skip, and jump down to your old lady, give her a kiss on the cheek, get you that big cooler of water and some cups, and set yourself up a water stand right next to me right now. Oh, damn. You sure do know how to inspire people. Thank you, son. I'll be right back.